Twitch went from a platform that allowed no nudity to a platform that allowed artistic nudity to a platform that banned creators who express this artistic nudity to now a platform that no longer allows nudity. It's been 2 days since they put out that artistic nudity policy update, and they're already walking it back. They're already taking steps backwards and saying, upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. And it's not even like this is the first time they've went, whoa, 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 we didn't actually mean it when they updated their policies. The most recent example of this is with that whole sponsored content thing where they implemented the changes and then everybody hated it. They seen how much everybody hated it. So they said, you know what? We realize now that everyone hates it, that it's a bad decision. And that's exactly what they're doing with this artistic nudity policy change. They implemented the changes. Twitch quickly became a hentai haven where just practically the only kind of content that was on the platform was hentai. And you even had some streamers that were reacting to the hentai, showing it off on their streams. For example, I showed in the last video I talked about this, Pay Money Wubby, he was doing that. And he also did AI generated porn, and they ended up banning him even though he was following and abiding by the rules that they just implemented. And then they decided to just roll back these changes and say that, you know what? We had a lapse in judgment. And they put out a tweet talking about this morning, actually, only a couple hours ago at 10 o'clock. They said, we're making some additional updates to our sexual content policy. We realized that our earlier update caused confusion and appreciate all the feedback we've received. Thanks for always coming together with us to help build the best version of Twitch. And if you go to the link they put there, it talks about it more in depth from Dan Clancy himself, sexual content policy update. And we can just go down here and read from here. It says, first, we want to make clear that some streamers, in response to this update, created content that was in violation of our new policy. We've worked quickly to remove that content and issue channel enforcements. However, there also was a great deal of new content that was allowed under the updated policy. Much of the content created has been met with community concern. These concerns we share. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. Once again, I would like to use Pay Money Wubby in this example. I've seen that he was doing like grandma porn. He was generating images of naked grandmothers and he ended up getting banned after that. Even though technically that should have been allowed under the policy because it's not breaking the policy guidelines. It's digital fictional art that happens to be nude. And it's really funny because if you go to Wubby's Twitter, he posts how he got a 7-day ban because he's apparently a youth risk to all the children across America. And that if he would have shown his asshole, he would have only got a 3-day ban because that's happened before. There was also a girl who had sex on stream and she wasn't even banned for that long. I think her ban was also about 7 days. But he says he wants to make this clear that he was expecting a ban and with that ban hoping for guideline clarifications from Twitch. 7 days and even more questions was not what I was expecting. But at this point, I'm the idiot for expecting anything from these goobers. Well, he did get something. The policies now got reversed, so I guess that's... That's not anything. It's just stupid. It just further proves how bafflingly incompetent Twitch is as a company. But they should have expected this. When you make a change this drastic on your platform to turn it into just a softcore porn site, you gotta expect people to push the boundaries as far as they can and try to get away with as much as they possibly can while still staying under those policy guidelines. And some people are just gonna straight up break that. I'm sure people tried to stream straight up porn after this update because people did that before. I just don't know how Twitch ever got this in their head that it was ever going to go over well with their community, but they say, so effective today, we are rolling back the artistic nudity changes. Moving forward, depictions of real or fictional nudity won't be allowed on Twitch, regardless of the medium. Because also this update, if you didn't know anything about the policy, it wasn't just for fictional nudity. They also updated the sexual content guidelines for real nudity too, like actual streamer nudity, basically allowing hot tub streams, those half titty streams, those were now allowed under this update. And they also made twerking and pole dancing just completely allowed. Didn't even have to have a label, a warning, or anything. You could just twerk or pole dance for anyone to see on the homepage and everything. And I gotta say, that's definitely for the best. Nobody seemed to enjoy this except for the OnlyFans models who were just thriving off of it because the simps and the coomers had their cocks in their hands the whole time they were on Twitch. Just absolutely gooning. absolutely stroking their meat banjos. But I really like how Twitch is just very clear with their community. They very much so understand what they want for their platform, because they didn't allow nudity, then they did allow nudity, but then they banned creators who showed the nudity that was now allowed. And then they said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and backtrack on that. No more nudity. So we're back to square one. Thanks, Twitch. You guys really know. You're really selling a smooth ship over there. And with all the recent stuff going on about people switching over to Kick and YouTube and all these other streaming services because Twitch just sucks, this isn't helping their cause. This is making them look even more incompetent and just even more pathetic in the eyes of other streaming platforms. But other than that, man, anime titties were allowed on Twitch for about 24 hours, and now they're no longer allowed once again. So it's a sad day for those weebs out there, those anime porn addicts. They're going to be pumping their fists in the air and ruin the day that Twitch was ever born. But other than that, I will catch you in the next one.